Okay, Tony. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you bet. Things are coming together really nicely with the homeowners association. Yeah. Oh, sure. Yep. We'll stay on top of it. We'll make sure the documents get going, and we'll stay in communication with your lender. We'll get this thing wrapped up. Can't wait to see you in Omaha. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. Hi, I'm Ben Proctor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services here in Omaha. I've had the pleasure to work with Matt and Tony Straley. Their relocation from Dearborn, Michigan to here to Omaha. Big move for them, lifestyle change. We are talking single family home to condominium in the city. Big difference. Okay, so a couple of things. I mean, working with them, first of all, has been fantastic. You know, some of the things that we want to talk about is the challenges that we've had with them. Not a ton. I've got to be honest. Some of the challenges that we face with them are pretty consistent from our folks coming from a single family home to a condo. But those challenges are big, and a lot of times we lose people just because they can't quite make that change. They get really caught up in stuff. They get really caught up in what they do have and what they're used to and can't quite grip the change. So the Straleys were ready, honestly. Tony's a veteran mover. Her family was military when she grew up. She moved a lot, and her and Matt have been all over the country during his time with his current position. So bringing them to Omaha, we've got some great things going on here in our city. We've had a major boom downtown over the course of the last decade plus. And one of those changes has really been residential living and condominium and townhouse and row house type lifestyles. We've got a really vibrant downtown when it comes to sporting events, arts, culture. Farmers market on a Saturday morning in the spring and summer is the place to be. So with Matt and Tony, you know, one of the big things when we had our initial phone conversation and the introduction was great. You know, Tony's got a ton of energy, and you know what we see a lot is people really underestimate the market here in Omaha. We've got a luxury market. Per capita, did you know that Omaha per capita has the most millionaires? Just a really interesting statistic because people think Nebraska, people have money there, you know, people have things to do there. Yeah, Omaha's a great city. You're going to find that out when you come here. But one of the big challenges for them, which we'll face a lot, you know, it's a common realtor problem is, gosh, I want this. You know, in Tony's case, she started off with 2 bedrooms plus a den. We want a lot of space, big open living area, and Ben, we want all that for $300,000. Our conversation quickly went from Tony, tell me about the second bedroom because in their case, they're empty nests. The girls are gone. They've moved on. So tell me a little bit about that second bedroom, Tony. How you're really going to use that? Is there going to be a bed there all the time? I got to tell you, for the price point you just recited to me, we can't give you the bedroom from a second bedroom perspective and the office. It just isn't going to happen, particularly given the level of finish that she seemed to be reciting that she wanted. So right away we had a conversation about bedrooms and condo living. And you know, a lot of times your condos, your second bedroom, you know, even though they're listed as a 2-bedroom, it may be missing a window. You know, in the loft style living, a lot of times your bedroom walls don't meet the ceiling, and there's a reason behind that. We're going to talk a little bit about that in the actual condo that they selected. So that was our first challenge: is hey, let's get our arms around space versus what you're really going to see for price. Okay, and I knew right away that we may be talking about moving them up in expectations for price point. So part of my strategy really did revolve around, let's get a really good hard look at the $300,000 price range and see if they're willing to accept some of these smaller spaces and some of these second bedrooms that aren't really bedrooms at all. So right away, I think we found that, hey, we're going to have to move up to something that's in the 4s. Okay, so that was one of the big challenges right away. The thing that I'm probably never going to forget with the Straleys is one, I mean, them as people, great. We've become great friends, and they're a wonderful set of clients. You can't ask for any better clients. But, you know, after all the searching that we did, we looked at all the condos, and one of the things that Matt really seemed to gravitate towards was he really wanted outdoor space. He really loves to grill. And they actually said, gosh, we spend a lot of our summer nights grilling. I'll come home, we'll throw some food on the grill, and that's just what we do, Ben. You know, so really it started to think, okay, guys, when we're talking condos, a lot of these buildings initially were built with the idea that they were for a warehouse or, you know, perhaps they were a hotel. They didn't necessarily have balconies. So some of these buildings have been repurposed. So having a balcony and a spot for that grill was going to be a big challenge. And with most of my condo owners, same thing occurred with the Straleys too, is, hey guys, all the stuff that you have in this single family home with all these compartmentalized rooms, that's not going to be the case when you're looking at lofts and condos. These spaces are formulated a little bit differently. So being able to bring mods, antique armoire, not going to happen. So anyway, a great story that we have, we look at every, and I mean every option downtown with them. You know, and we really heavily scrutinize a lot of things, and we were able to go in about 48 hours from a real broad market to what we felt like were 3 good options, each one dramatically different. So we go from 3 to 1, and we're sitting at the table, and we're really making the decision that, yeah, I think it's time for us to submit an offer on this particular home. And we just, it's always my thought is, hey, when you call me in 3 years and it's time for you to sell and move again, I want to make sure that we just have this conversation right now on what some of our issues might be or some of the sacrifices that you're making, because your buyer is going to have those same sacrifices. So as we started to work our way through that conversation, everything was going great. And I said, okay, guys, so now we've really, this condo that you're picking, you've got to realize it's something totally different than what you told me you wanted. You really wanted to grill. This place doesn't have a balcony. What are we going to do about that grill? And we moved from there to this 5-minute conversation and description about how wonderful their grill is, how big it is, how well it's taken care of, it's babied. And I froze. I said, guys, if you love your grill that much, if you love to grill this much, this isn't the right place for you. And we all sat there for a second, and then they smiled and said, we're getting rid of the grill. We're moving on. So that's probably my favorite story, and probably the biggest mountain, I guess, that we had to climb was getting over the stuff and embracing the lifestyle change, because that's a big part of this move. Anyway, I hope that this interview really helped, and really looking forward to the opportunity to meet all of you in person and welcome you to Omaha. You're going to find that I've got a lot of pride in what we've been doing in the city here, and I really love the Straleys. They've been wonderful to work with, and I think we'll have a lot of fun together. Thanks again for the opportunity. Ben Proctor in Omaha. See you soon.